Hello, and welcome to Tim's Reflections from Ohio, a YouTube video series where we have been looking at and reflecting on parables and stories that Jesus told, as well as just general stories from his life. And today, our reflection will come from Matthew chapter 7, and we'll be reading verses 21, 22, and 23. And Jesus is talking here, and he says, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, 'Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name, cast out demons in your name, and done many wonders in your name?' And then I will declare to them, 'I never knew you. Depart from me, you who practice lawlessness.'" These are very sobering words because as I read them, I think about the fact that these are people who have done things, seemingly good things. They've done things that make them look like true Christians. Said that they've prophesied in his name, they've cast out demons in his name, they've done many wonders in his name. But in the end, it was all a farce. It was all for nothing because Jesus said, will say to them, "I never knew you. Depart from me." And I would like for us today to think about our lives. So many of us go through the motions, looking good on the outside, doing the so-called Christian things. We go to church, we put money in the offering plate, we help out at the church where needed. But so many of the other things are lacking in our lives. Love for our brothers and sisters, reaching out to help those in need, having a heart for God, helping those who are hurting, those who are in need, destitute, whatever. We miss those things and we do the things that make us look good and earn recognition and have people saying, "Wow, look at him," or "Look at her," and the great and wonderful things they do at the church. And I'd like for it to encourage each of you listening today or viewing the video to take stock of your life. What are you doing? Are you doing the seemingly the right things, but doing them for the wrong reason? Is your heart, are you doing those things, but yet your heart is somewhere entirely different? Are you doing those things to gain recognition, to make yourself look good? Or are you doing them because of love for God and love for your fellow man? This is so important because I don't want any of us to come up to the end of time and to have Jesus say, "I never knew you." That would be a horrible thing to have to hear from him. And it says, "I never knew you, depart from me." To have Jesus say, "Depart from me." And we don't want to hear those words. So take stock of your life every day. Maybe at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, sit down and think about your life. What did you do the previous day? What did you do this day? Did you do it with the right motives? It's easy to fool other people and fool our own selves with the fact that our motives seem correct. I'm doing this. I'm doing it for God. But are we really doing it for God, or are we doing it for us? And that's the key. What is our motivation in what we do? Think about this. Pray about it. Ask God to show you your motivation, because as I said a little bit ago, it's easy to fool ourselves into thinking that we are some righteous and super Christian because of all the things we do for God. God's not impressed by what we do. He's not impressed by how much money we put in the offering plate. He's not impressed by any of that. He just wants our heart. He loves us and he wants our heart. And I guess my question for you today is, where is your heart? Is it in looking good, or is it in obeying God? We'll leave the reflection at that today. And I want to encourage you, as I said, to spend some time thinking about this, praying about it. Maybe grab a pen and paper and write down some things, maybe some things that you need to change in your life to make sure that your motives are correct. Thank you again for viewing the video today. And as always, if you've been blessed by the video, hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment. As always, I enjoy reading those comments. Have a blessed day and a blessed week. And if you forget everything else, remember this: God loves you. He loves you so much that he sent his son to die on that cross for you. And all he asks in return is our hearts for him. Thank you again. Have a blessed week.